This is part 5 of why I think Sam Reid is perfect as the Vampire Lestat. I will focus on episode 7. I will talk about the scenes that I think highlight Sam Reid acting skills. Episode 7. The Thing Lay Still. Let me just start by saying is such a cruel title. I know that's the point, but still, it hurts. The hypnotizing scene. Lestat is sitting in the dining room, watching the blood in the most mesmerizing way possible. Sam Reid acting manages to put a spell on us. Lestat looks fascinated by the gory scene in the room. He has a salesman all tied up with a rope while he bleeds him slowly to provide them with the blood. In the next scene, we have a sick man leaving a letter in their front door, asking for help. The man believes they are angels. Soon enough, he finds out they are not. We see Sam Reid portrayal of Lestat like a feline predator due to his body language. He is both scary and funny at the same time. Especially when he is climbing the stairs, Lestat is in his usual theater kid mode. You share a heart with him. Is a little scene but is very telling of what Lestat is feeling in that moment. He is listening to Louis and Claudia plan his murder thanks to the help of Antoinette. We also hear Claudia say these beautiful words. You spend an hour alone with him, and you are breathing in sync together, which we know is true. When Lestat gets up and turns around to wink at Louis, it's just heartwarming to see that despite everything, Lestat can't help but love Louis. This is beautifully acted by the skillful Sam Reid. The piano scene. Lestat's facial expression and attitude in here is full of loathing for Claudia. He knows of her plans to murder him, so I think is understandable he is not in his most charming mood. He plays along with her, but is clear he can't stand her. She tells Lestat her idea of giving this great ball to have a last feast before they leave New Orleans. Lestat's condescending attitude towards Claudia is masterfully done by Sam Reid. The next scene is Louis, Claudia, and Lestat trying to persuade Tom Anderson to make arrangements for the Mardi Gras ball. When Lestat tells Tom he wants to be Raj, the king of Mardi Gras, Anderson responds saying, him? This doesn't sit well with Lestat. Is a little moment, but Sam Reid's remarkable performance in this scene is incredibly convincing as someone who is completely offended by that remark. In this moment, we can see Lestat and Louis talking about his traveling arrangements. They look very happy and in love. They start kissing. You can see the smile and longing in Lestat's face. Sam Reid's portrayal of someone who is completely in love is done with a subtle tenderness that absolutely convinced us. Let the flesh instruct the mind. We can see Lestat is so happy planning the ball and having Louis by his side. Lestat pulls Louis closer to him and with his velvet voice says the words, "Let the flesh instruct the mind," is a little moment but a sweet one. Sam Reid's face here is pure gold, showing us how amused Lestat is by this little moment. The king, or should I say queen of Mardi Gras moment. We see Lestat in all of his theater kid glory, putting on a gory show that is meant to shock the audience. Sam Reid is magnificent in this little moment. The Marie Antoinette look is to die for. The twins scene. Claudia and Lestat are selecting their victims for the feast they are planning. I love this little scene of Lestat getting acquainted with the twins. It feels so naughty. The way Lestat is blatantly flirting with them is so enjoyable thanks to the delicious performance of Sam Reid. The balcony scene. When I first saw this scene, my impression was we were finally seeing the real Lestat. No more theater kid. This is him just pouring his soul to Louis. I mean, this is it. He knows his live or die situation. Lestat asking Louis in a poetic, almost coded way if they can start again. It is soul-crushing to see Lestat still having hope for this relationship to work. We can see he knows what Louis and Claudia are planning. He is going along with it anyway. For Lestat, it's better to be dead than without Louis. Sam Reid is looking gorgeous with this Prince Charming outfit. His acting is breathtaking. It is a heartbreaking and moving performance. The dancing scene. Watching this scene felt like a dream come true for me. It was one of the most romantic and magical moments I ever seen on screen. Lestat was looking so beautiful and charming, lovingly looking at his beautiful Louis. They kiss in front of everybody. They don't care what people think anymore. You can see they are lost in thought in each other's arms. With just one look of his eyes, we understand Lestat is fatally in love with Louis. Thanks to the wonderful performance of Sam Reid. The massacre scene. Lestat, Louis, and Claudia are at their home, putting on a show to their victims. I guess it's fair to say they are playing with their food. Lestat is telling them a story of how they obtain their immortality. You can see Lestat is enjoying this, until Tom interrupts him. In this little moment, we can see how annoyed Lestat is. They continue with their tale, but Tom can't wait any longer, so he removes the cover of the container that supposedly holds the elixir of life, but he sees is empty. In this moment, Lestat can finally have his revenge on Tom for the insult he received when he was in his office. Lestat jumps him and drinks his blood. Sam Reid's presence in this scene is absolutely captivating. Wearing all white, with his golden hair loose and his big blue eyes shining like precious jewels, is the perfect picture of seductiveness. The next scene we see is Lestat going after a woman. I can see a little bit of rock star Lestat popping up. The way he playfully is walking towards her and seductively inviting her to come closer is deliciously wicked. And when he finally drinks from her, Lestat's facial expression is of complete satisfaction. Sam Reid's performance here is divine. The poison scene. When he comes for the twins, he noticed one of them is dead and the other one is unconscious sitting on a chair. The way Lestat is smelling at him is like a predator smelling his food, but Sam Reid's skillful performance makes this scene so much more than just that. It's sensual as well. We are joined by a chord. This scene is pure gothic romance. We can see both Louis and Lestat are completely shattered. This is what makes this scene so heartbreaking. Louis doesn't find the task of killing Lestat easy. The words uttered by Lestat in this moment are just about love. He tells one of the most romantic dialogues ever. Lestat tells Louis they are joined by a cord that he cannot see, but it is real. And as if this wasn't enough to make our hearts break into a million pieces, Lestat also says these words to Louis. I have loved you with all myself. He accepts his fate and embraces it. Lestat is happy Louis is the one killing him, because he gets to die in his arms. The fact that Lestat prefers to die than live without Louis is just completely devastating in the most beautiful way possible. Sam Reid gives us a masterclass performance. His eyes, voice, and in general, his entire expression is of someone who only cares about love. Even in that moment, his survival instincts don't kick in. He just wanted Louis to know how much he loves him. It is an absolutely marvelous scene. That's it for now. Thank you for watching.